What is going on the internet on YouTube? It's like almost like 75% of YouTube is now all caught up in the color of your skin as far as dating and socializing, and it's pretty much trying to find a mate. I mean, what's going on? Why can't we just move away from all of this and talk about other things that are more relevant in the world today, like unemployment and the weather, and just stuff that really has a lot of meaning and that can actually stimulate a good conversation. Goodness, I mean, who cares who you want to date or who you want to be with? White with black, black with white, green with green, purple with purple. It doesn't matter. I mean, you be with whoever you want to be with. Goodness, you have to just take it. I mean, all of this stuff started with what, J Love and BK Angel, and then she turned around and got, what's his name, D Storm involved in the mix and stuff. All of that type of stuff is just unnecessary. I mean, like I say, it's pointless trying to sit up here and explain your viewpoints on who you choose to be with. Be smart about it and just stick with what you have. You don't have to explain your actions to anybody. It is what it is. If you're a black person and attracted to other people, that happens to be of a different race, then so be it. Goodness, you're with somebody because that's who you want to be with. I mean, now, one thing that I have said, I've ran across a few videos where you have some black women, and I'm not saying you personally, but you have some black women that may share a lot of the things that you said about black men, as far as some of them not being worth a dime. Now, like I say, I always live by the concept of, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But like I say, in some cases, sometimes I feel the need, I need to at least speak my piece about the situation, because like I say, just because you may have had bad experiences with black men, that's an experience for you. That means that's something you've been through. Okay, let's leave it within what you've been through. And since you chose to go to somebody of a different race, that's fine. You know why that's fine? Because that's your choice. At the end of the day, who you sleep with, it does not matter to me. It's none of my business. But it becomes a lot of people's business here on YouTube, because you have people that come up here and don't know how to keep their personal business private. It's like they're brashing it across. Okay, fine. I mean, I can say the same thing. I don't like to date black women because maybe I've been done in so many times by most black women. I want to go out and get me a white woman. Do I have to go and broadcast that to let everybody know that? No. But you know what? That's what's being done a lot on YouTube, and then it has these little simple-minded people that come up here and make these hurtful statements about that, and the reason why you're doing that is because of self-hate. Hate doesn't have to do, it has nothing to do with it. I love myself. I love the black race. I'm black. But just because I choose to be with somebody else of a different race doesn't make me any less black, and it certainly doesn't make me in the way of self-hating. You are attracted to whoever it is that you're attracted to. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and generalize, like I've seen some posts up here, and say that all, quote unquote, in this case, as you're saying, that all black men are scum and this, that, and the other, because that would be including me into that type of situation. And I know, like I say, I'm worth something. I know what I want out of life, and I'm actually trying to work hard to get what I want out of life. Now, like I say, it's bad on both ends of the spectrum. There's no race on this earth that's free from frailties and failures. Each race has an issue within their own, with its own. That's just the way that it's been, designed that way. And the thing about it is that, you have your reasons, like you said before, why you don't want to date black men, and that you're through with them and stuff like that. And then turn it around. I have my reasons why I wouldn't want to date a black woman, because I may have my own issues and experiences that I've been through. A lot of it has a lot to boil down to do with attitude. And that can be probably on both sides. When you try to jump into a relationship for the wrong reasons, whether it be black or white, it doesn't matter. It's not going to last, because number one, they have different expectations that are involved from both parties. And basically, if you're not in it for the right reason, then you should look for it to, not kind of last long. But like I say, I'm not going to get up here and trash, everybody, and say, this is the reason, why, and if you don't do it my way, whatever, you're wrong and you're self-hating. I don't believe in that, because, you love who you love. and that's it. And at the end of the day, I don't have to answer to anybody about my actions, okay? Because I'm satisfied with what I want to do or who I want to be with, you know, and that should be the end of it. You know, you are free to agree with whomever you want. You're free to, you know, to say whatever you want because this is YouTube. But you know, we have to be real careful about crossing those fine lines because number one, it all boils down to wanting to be loved. And like I said, you know, you do have a lot of people that are, you know, intermingling. I don't have a problem with it. I think that's a beautiful thing, you know, black and white getting together, whatever. But that's me, you know, and that's what I believe, you know. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to do that, you know. And then you have some people that believe that black should be with black and white should be with white. Am I wrong? Are they wrong for saying that? No. Why? Because that's their personal belief. They can believe whatever they want. I'm not going to condemn them, but I'm not going to generalize also and say that all black men or all black women are scum or they've done me wrong, so that means that most of them are all that way. So to avoid the situation altogether, I'm going to go get me a white man or a white woman. That's not the healthy way to look at things. You look at it, it's like you're jumping from post to post trying to find love, and basically the problem with that is that you haven't really begun to really learn and accept yourself. And until you learn to really love and accept yourself, you're going to be bouncing back and forth between relationships with men of all kinds, Asian, black, white, Latino, it doesn't matter, because your agenda is that you're trying to find love. And until you find that within yourself first, then you wouldn't have a need to really feel like you're being mistreated and having to go jump from one bedpost to another. That's the most insulting thing, you know, when you're looking for love and you can't find it. Why? Because you first of all haven't learned to accept yourself. And that is one of the most common, really one of the most basic elements of living. You know, you have to learn to accept yourself. You know, black men hate black women. No. I mean, like I say, you know, it's just a shame that we cannot talk about other things that's more relevant than who you want to be with or who you sleep with. I thought YouTube was really bigger than that. I thought the people that actually contribute and make YouTube what it is actually had more creativity than that. I mean, like I said, you're still going to have people that come on YouTube and have stupid things to say just for the sake of wanting to engage in a conversation, but do we have to really entertain that? I mean, really. When does skin color has to do with really, you know, who you want to date or whatever? I mean, you have some people that will actually make it into an issue, you know, and it looks like that's what YouTube is heading towards. One person got on here and started spewing nonsense, and somebody else picked it up and then took it a step further, and they just kept it going and going to almost every other video that you see here on YouTube has to do with somebody's skin color or their dating preferences or their sexual orientation, and then the skin color is brought into the mix. I mean, goodness gracious, there's so many other things to talk about, but you know, I can go on and on with this video, you know, but I'm not going to do that because I have a lot more other things to do. But you know, date whoever you want to date, but make sure you do that for the right reasons and not just because you're tired of the people within your own race. You know, like I say, if that's the case, you can find the same thing that you're running from in the race that you're running to. So, you know, you have to be careful with that. You know, just because you may have been treated bad by a black man, don't you think, first of all, a man is a man, whether he be black or white. Who's to say you're not going to run into it with a white man? It's just something to think about. You can't run away from something because you never know the thing that you're running away from, you're going to see it again in somebody else. So really you have to look deep within yourself to find the change. And then you can move on from there. But anyway, that's all I have to say.